Okay, my friends, Roger, Mudfossil University. We're going to do some fascia and some lung tissue in the microscope. See, here's a microscope. And we're going to be looking at this, and you can see the black and the red and all the little fibers. And that is because it's the lung where it transfers oxygen and carbon dioxide and goes from black to red. Now, as I'm doing this, I look and I come across this article here. Now, I'm going to turn the lights up, but they found a dinosaur, not a dinosaur, a dragon. And I'm going to show you the real big dragon, but this is the one they found. It's pretty damn close to looking like what I found. And it says, a new marine lizard showing exceptional soft tissue preservation was found. This is 2018. And nobody's heard a word about this. I can remember this, but it's the Royal Society Publishing. So anyway, I'm going to be doing this about the fascia, and I come up here looking for my paper back from 2015. So here's 2018, a new fossil marine lizard with soft tissue from. So I look at that, and here it is. It's this soft tissue fossil, Royal Society. They're all vetted, and it says that it's a new marine lizard showing exceptional soft tissue. And as you come down and look at the pictures, you know, I'm going to show them a little closer, but here it is enhanced. That, as far as I'm concerned, is a dragon. Now, here they are. Hold on, let me see if I can get a better deal with this one. All right, now you know about mud fossils. I had my goose in there, and there's the goose's feathers, and there's the goose's head, and his bill, or I don't know what they call it. And he died laying like that, and that's where the neck is, right there. And this is called nucleophilic substitution. It happens in wet saltwater invasion. Now, here's what this fossil they found is, and it looks to me like a little tiny dragon. I don't know how big it is. But I had somebody send me something almost identical to this yesterday and say, what do you think this is? I said, I don't know. Somebody else sent it in and says, oh, it's corn. I don't know. You know, these are the kind of things we got to look at. But that's the tail of the damn thing. And they, you know, look, see it? Look at that. And then they go on about it and all the geological aspects and age and everything. But I'm going to tell you something. Let me show you what a real dragon looks like, or lizard, or whatever you want to call it. But it's a lot bigger than this one. All right. Well, I don't care who you are. This is kind of scary. And this is probably as good a time as anything to talk about people's spiritual identity, how the way they have seen their life, and this should not change anything for you. All right, I'm going to be talking about dragons and gods, which when I say gods, that's a wrong statement. It's God is one God. Controls everything in my mind, and of course this is all my opinion, but I need to make this apparent because I'm worried about causing someone to lose their faith because of these revelations. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is exactly what was written is going to happen. All this stuff is being revealed now. I don't know why. I'm in the middle of it. Not my fault. It's just happening, and these things I'm seeing, I can't help. I have to say it. I have to talk about it. If I don't, I think I'm making a mistake. So I'm going to talk about it. And I hope that's not a mistake. But I'm going to tell you right now, there was all the things they talked about. And this is the real dragon right here. That little thing they just showed was like nothing. This is a dragon. That's his head. And that's the back of the dragon running all the way down there. That's the throat. And it's decaying, and all the bodily fluids, the effluents, are running off in the desert. And this is the dragon-scaled throat right here. This right here is a dragon-scaled throat. And this is the stuff that he spit out. Look at this. This is the most noxious-looking stuff you've ever seen. And that was spit out on top of this gigantic fish. Take your time. Just take your time and look at it. That is a fish's body and the tail. The head is obscured a little bit. That's the fin. Looks like a normal fish. These are the scales. It was kind of like a red herring or something. I don't know. But look what happened here. This is where he really got smacked. This is all nice, vital looking flesh. See how nice this is? How beautiful looking, pinky, nice looking, good looking flesh. See it? But wait till you see what happened to his flesh up here where the dragon attacked. Look. That is necrosis. Now, why would it look like this? Do you understand what I'm saying? Stop and think. Just stop and think. What are we looking at? And come to grips with reality, because reality is reality. Now, if you want to run and hide and not think about it, that's fine. But I have thought about it deeply, and for many years now. And here's this. Anyway, that's the dragon, and he goes all the way over here, the whole top of North Africa. The thing's like 1,200 miles long or something. And this is the scales. See here, we're in the throat. Remember, that spit came right out of here. That nasty stuff came down. Look at that. Nastiest stuff you're ever going to see. And that came right out of these green and red injectors in his throat. Now, let's go back and look once more time. There's the head. There's that flashy looking stuff and the fluty looking fuzzy stuff they have on the side of dragons and the parades and all that stuff. And it runs all the way down, except for where it was gashed across with a great and mighty sword. That's written in the text. Now, this is the throat. Now, if it was all lined with dragon scales, would you think it might be a dragon? I would think it might be a dragon, because I see dragon scales running the entire length of that throat. You see that? These are dragon scales. And then his throat that he swallows goats and things in is right here. And this is his dragon scaled throat with these are like plates. You see that? I'm a little, I do engineering. I'm that kind of a guy. You see that right here, and that right here, and that right here, and that right here? That gives him flexibility. And still extremely well armored. But you got to be flexible. You can't twist it. See, look at that. That's just not an accident. It's unbelievable and I have people that are just attacking the hell out of me for 10 years for saying, let's take a look at it. Now, this is all the black and red, which is blood, FeO2 and FeO3. FeO2 is the depleted oxygen blood, and that turns black. FeO3 stays a little bit softer, and that's the red blood. This is hematite, and they call this magnetite. And this stuff here you can turn into iron very easily. It's almost solid iron already, FeO3. And the O3 makes it turn into iron quickly when it gets heated up. Now, there's the gash right there. You see that? That's not normal. That's not normal in a dragon. I know a lot of dragons, and they don't have them like that. Now, what is that? What's going on there? Whoosh, hiya, chawa. And then all of that blood ran out. And I don't care what you say, that is blood running out of that dragon's throat. And that's the only reason it's red and black blood. The vein and artery were broken at the same time. Very unusual. Both of them at the same time. That's a slice. And all of this stuff is running off because it's decaying in the heat of the desert over the course of time. And, you know, I mean, but it goes and goes and goes and goes. And this, I've done an autopsy on this thing, and it has a cloaca. And it's an avian body. The cloaca's back here somewhere. I can't remember where it spits out. And maybe it's over here. Well, anyway, if you just go down to the end where the tail starts to end down here, let's see, coming down here, that's his body, that's the legs. I believe the legs. I haven't really looked that close. Somebody said, oh no, those are wings. Well, they might be, I don't know. But I know this is wings. This is a red dragon. These are wings. And that is the tail. And this, again, running off, the effluents are running off. And these different colors are what they call transition metals. So this thing had to have some kind of different chemistry in the tail area that caused these colors. The transition metal colors. And it goes way, 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 way out to here. The tip runs way out to here. You see that? That's still dragonish stuff. That's not just accidental. And it goes back all the way to the other side of Africa. Here. Now, it is directly above what I believe was Atlantis right here. And this was right outside the straits, as Plato said. You say, oh, what straits are you talking about, Roger? Well, take a quick look at these straits right here, Monsieur. It looks pretty straight to me. Now, what else happened here? It drained around the side of the straits. The only reason I can think of a straits being just right here in the middle of the desert was at one time, this was an inlet coming in here. This was all waters. And it was surrounded by land or something, and there was an inlet that let it in. And Atlantis controlled the whole thing and was, I believe, Babylon. And because it collapsed in one, just like an instant. And that's what Plato said. He said it happened 9,100 years before him. He lived 2,400 years ago. That's 11,500 years ago. He says this collapsed. Now, I say absolutely no question whatsoever, this thing was washed away by a cascade of water running around a straits. And they said Atlantis was rich beyond belief because it controlled all the trade going into Africa, into this ocean. It was all an ocean. The whole thing was an ocean. And it drained right over the top of Atlantis out. Anybody could see that. A 10-year-old can understand that is what happens when you drain off mud. Now, and Plato said they will never speak of mud again. And I believe it made the Cape Verde Islands out here as the runoff. But anyway, so now, if this was Atlantis, which it almost absolutely was, it's on the map of Musa Masafa or whatever his name was. It shows it right here, all these tents and all this stuff, and boats coming in. And you could see these were the protectorates. It showed there was some protectorates around Atlantis as well, and I think I found a couple other ones here or there. But anyway, this was the eye of the Sahara, and you see this has actual boat docks coming in. Wow, they have this obscured or something? Huh? Oh, there it goes. It takes a while to home in now. Wow. But you could see all of these, what they call ingress, all of these channels coming in. They did something to this, and it was never like this before. It was a lot more clear, really. This has become much more unclear. Maybe it just takes a while to settle in. But you see all these, they look like boat docks. Yeah, it's just taking a while to settle in. I looked at this very carefully. It looks like they come in, and then there was a place where they could land and offload, and then come to the other side and do whatever they had to do. And they were covered with different transition metals. That's why there's different colors here. Transition metals cause colors. They said they covered one with brass and one with, I forget what it was, tin or something. You see this? It's like harbors coming in here. I know there's other reasons for this too. I won't go into that right at just a moment, but I can tell you right now, that sucker ran across there out into the ocean. Now, I say all of this happened at the exact same instant. Had to. That one attacked that one, it crashed, it splashed, it flashed, it did it, and crushed. Atlantis collapsed, as Plato said. Waters ran out, mud ran out, case was closed. Guess what? Look up Revelations 18. It talks about Babylon. the seat of power where everything they made was from the ocean, making money coming in and out of the ports. And it was swept away in an hour. Burnt to the ground, first of all, by the shaking, and I don't know, maybe even some of this stuff. I have no idea. But anything that was heated and lighted with flames would start on fire after that, shaking like hell, like that, of course. And then it would flush across, and that would be the case closed. So I think that Revelation 18 might have happened already. Now, again, I don't want to cause anybody to have any worry about their relationship with their spiritual entity, because we know something happened back here. All of these things were written about. I'm just showing things. If you don't want to watch and you want to go hide away from this, and a lot of people do, that's fine. I'm good with that. But I'm not going to stop talking about it. And if some people want to see, they want to see. But this is pretty obvious what we see here, and it was pretty obvious what was written. So how do we deal with it? That's my point. And I need some help to understand the things I don't understand, because this is all new to me. I would have just laughed at you. I would have told you you're a moron. But I don't run from things. I don't hide from things, and I don't ignore things. And here we are.